You spoke a little bit about the crossover between your career as a musician and your career as an academic. And I was curious as to what impact your career as a musician and also a punk rock musician at that, but how has that impacted the respective fellow colleagues? And if so, do you care at all about how your career has, you know, did they take you less or more seriously because of your influential role in punk rock and music in general?
In other words, does my, are you asking me if my credibility is questioned?
That's a good word.
Yeah. I'd like to answer this on the podium. With this eagle in front of me, who could question my credibility? In black and white photos I've seen, this eagle scares the hell out of me. Anyway, my credibility has been questioned left and right, and that's just part of being even a minor public figure. That's all there is questioning someone's credibility. Now, if you're a minor public figure in science, and you get the least little bit of publicity, you are opening yourself up even to more questioning and often ridicule, fueled by jealousy. And in music, it's the same thing. If you get the slightest bit of success, you are automatically a target. And it's just my hypothesis that it's jealousy, but once they figure out a way to test that, I think I'll be verified. So, yes, I recognize that if I ever write a treatise in biology, something that very much interests me, it will be scoffed at by the scientists. If I dare to step out of punk rock and do a folk album, which I've done, it will be scoffed at. But that's not in the spirit of what I believe in, so I don't let it bother me. But yeah, it's harder to, I doubt if I can ever reach the kind of status within any one field that some of the great leaders in those fields have attained. As I said, I'm a pluralist. Thanks for the question. Maybe I should put my jacket on. No, I'll be on. The podium was fine.
Back in 2004, you were involved with the punk voter group in the Rock Against Bush shootings. I was wondering if that was going to continue this year with the election, and on a related note, how you felt about all the emphasis being placed on candidates' religions.
Well, this year we're doing the Rock Against Obama. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That Rock Against Bush campaign was really orchestrated by Mike at Fat Records, and that was, we are friends from way back. We donated a song to the CD. We made an entire album in 2003 that was dedicated to our position statement on the Bush administration. And so we didn't feel like we had to go on with that. You know, as a piece of poetry, it got really tedious and tiring just to talk about the war, and it was so obviously the wrong decision in the wrong direction. So we gave up on that by 2004 and moved on to more interesting things. And the second part of your question was, about emphasis on religion and the candidates. Well, it hasn't, that's not really the headlines that I've been focusing on. I mean, I don't, you know, when people talk about other people's religion and they try to make a story out of it, it's really boring to me. I'd rather know whether they, you know, are interested in balancing our budget or getting us out of Iraq. Those are the things that are more important. Thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Hi. I feel like that you've accomplished a lot in your life, and I was wondering what you think your biggest accomplishment was.
My biggest accomplishment is hopefully yet to come. Yeah, I guess I should comment on this being my lifetime achievement award. Next week I'll be announcing my retirement. I think in the sense that I've been at least consistent with academia and music for 27 years, which is a longer career than a lot of people have. I guess that's what got me in the door for the lifetime achievement. But I really hope that I'm 43 years old, and I hope that in the next 20 years I can do bigger and better things. I mean, I really want to write this book that I've been thinking about for a couple of years. It might not be for 5 more years before I can formulate it, but I want to write a book. I want to do more in the music, and there's a lot of things left to come. And I guess the things that most people see as great achievements in my life, I tend to downplay because they don't see the things that are really close to my heart, which are things like my children and my family and the things that are very private. And so I couldn't even measure that against the work that I've done. But I think that in terms of works, I'm very happy that I've written over 180 songs in my life, and that I'm happy that I accomplished what I did in academia, and those things are behind me now, and there's more to do, so I'm always looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're known for putting moral messages in your lyrics. I was wondering if you think that there are any moral teachings that you could learn from religion that you cannot learn from just observations.
Well, first of all, I have a theory on morals that has nothing to do with religion. And it's probably not my theory, I probably read it from somebody. But the idea that morals can even come from a religion is kind of offensive to me, because I think morals come from your parents, basically. And morals come from whoever your immediate social surroundings are for the first 5 or 7 years of your life. And so if you do detect some of that in my songwriting, you can just thank the guy standing to your left, because it must have come from something that I wasn't even aware of in the first 5 years of my life. But I honestly try not to write about morals in songs, because I think they're oftentimes easily criticized, and it's something that I'm not sure. A song to me has never been a soapbox or a pulpit kind of thing. I've never wanted to tell people how they should live their lives or what I think is good, or what I think is the right way. In fact, I think I wrote a song. I've written many songs actually that say, "You'll get no direction from me." There's another song called "The Answer" that says, "Don't tell me about the answer, because another one will come along soon." So I think I've always tried to steer clear of telling people what they should do, but I do believe in asking the right questions. And the right questions are hopefully to improve things a little bit, and those improvements are based solely on my own